Imagine the Sahara Desert, a sea of sand stretching beyond the horizon, endless golden dunes sculpted by the wind over millennia, a landscape that seems to defy time itself, a relentless sun beating down on the earth, baking the sand to scorching temperatures, a place of stark, desolate beauty, a seemingly inhospitable environment where survival is a constant struggle. For centuries, we thought of it as a vast emptiness, a barren wasteland devoid of life and history, a barrier dividing Africa, a formidable obstacle to travel and communication, separating cultures and communities. But history hides secrets, buried beneath the sands, waiting to be unearthed. Secrets sometimes whispered in our very DNA, carried through generations, a faint echo of a forgotten past. A recent discovery changed everything, challenging our understanding of the Sahara and its place in human history. A single ancient human bone, a fragment of the past, holding the key to a lost world, unearthed from the heart of the desert, a testament to the resilience of life and the enduring power of the past. This bone was a time capsule, preserving a snapshot of a world long gone. Its DNA miraculously preserved against all odds, a fragile thread connecting us to our ancestors. Scientists extracted this ancient DNA carefully and meticulously, unlocking the secrets hidden within its structure. Unlocking a story lost for millennia, a narrative of adaptation, survival, and transformation. The site, Gobero in Niger, a place of immense archaeological significance, revealing a past far different from what we imagined, was a graveyard not just for humans, but for an entire ecosystem that thrived in a vastly different climate. But for crocodiles, creatures we associate with swamps and rivers, not arid deserts. Hippos and giant fish, species that could not possibly survive in the Sahara as we know it today. Creatures of water, not desert, their presence a stark contrast to the arid landscape that surrounds them today. Their presence was the first clue, the first hint that the Sahara was not always a desert. The Sahara was once a land of lakes and rivers, a green and fertile paradise teeming with life. The human bones found here, alongside the remains of these aquatic creatures, told a story of a dramatic climate shift, became the Rosetta Stone for a vanished world, allowing us to decipher the secrets of a lost civilization. The DNA within them was more than a code. It was a window into the lives of these ancient people. It was a historical document written in the language of genetics, revealing their origins, their migrations, and their adaptations. A direct link to a forgotten chapter of human history, a chapter that challenges our assumptions about the relationship between humans and the environment. This chapter didn't unfold in a barren wasteland, but in a vibrant and thriving ecosystem. But in a land of vibrant life and opportunity, a place where humans and animals lived in harmony with nature. The sands of the Sahara had guarded their secret well, concealing the truth for millennia. Now, thanks to science and the relentless pursuit of knowledge, those whispers from the past are finally being heard, revealing a story of resilience, adaptation, and the enduring power of life. What we thought was a desert wasteland, a symbol of desolation and emptiness, was once a thriving green world, a testament to the transformative power of climate change. The story of the Sahara is not just about sand, but about the ebb and flow of life, the constant dance between creation and destruction, but about people, their struggles, their triumphs, and their enduring connection to the land. Life in all its forms, adapting and evolving in the face of adversity. And transformation, the constant reshaping of the landscape driven by the forces of nature and the actions of humankind. The past is never as simple as it seems. It is a complex tapestry woven from countless threads of experience. Sometimes it takes a single thread of DNA, a tiny fragment of genetic code, to rewrite everything we thought we knew, to challenge our assumptions and to open our minds to new possibilities. The Sahara's story is still being written, and the whispers from the sands continue to guide us. To truly understand the people who once thrived here, we must first understand their world. We need to journey back in time, to an era vastly different from the arid expanse we see today. Imagine a landscape teeming with life, a stark contrast to the desolate beauty of the modern Sahara. The Sahara we know, the seemingly endless ocean of sand, is a relatively recent phenomenon in geological terms. Its harsh, unforgiving environment dictates the terms of survival for those who dare to venture within its borders. But thousands of years ago, the climate was dramatically different. The very air felt different. The sun beat down on a different kind of earth. Regular monsoon rains, driven by shifts in global weather patterns, drenched North Africa, transforming the landscape. These weren't just brief showers, They were sustained periods of intense rainfall. This period, known as the African Humid Period, triggered a profound transformation, turning what is now a desert into a lush, vibrant garden. Imagine a sea of green stretching as far as the eye can see. Vast freshwater lakes like the immense prehistoric Lake Mega Chad dotted the landscape, providing life-giving water to all. These lakes were veritable inland seas, supporting a rich ecosystem. Rivers teemed with life, arteries of water flowing through the verdant land. Fish, reptiles, and a myriad of other creatures thrived in these waterways. Expansive savannas stretched to the horizon, a tapestry of green and gold, and wildlife flourished in abundance. It was a true paradise for grazing animals and their predators alike. Elephants in numbers we can scarcely imagine today. Giraffes, gracefully reaching for the leaves of acacia trees. Crocodiles and hippos, creatures we now associate with more tropical regions of Africa, roamed freely where only sand lies today, a testament to the dramatic environmental shift that has occurred. In this era, the Sahara was not a barrier separating populations, but a bridge. It served as a vital corridor, connecting the different regions of the continent and facilitating the movement of people and ideas. But this paradise, this Green Sahara, was ultimately fleeting, a temporary reprieve in the grand sweep of geological time. As the Earth's climate shifted once more, the life-giving monsoon rains began to retreat, slowly but inexorably. The vast lakes shrank, their shorelines receding, and the lush grasslands withered under the increasingly harsh sun. The Green Sahara, once a vibrant ecosystem, began its slow and agonizing return to the desert landscape we recognize today. This dramatic environmental shift forced the people who had thrived in this green oasis to make difficult choices, adapt to the changing conditions, migrate in search of new homelands, or perish in the face of the encroaching desert. The story of the Sahara is a powerful one, a testament to the constant transformation of our planet and the resilience of life in the face of change. It's a story of a world lost to time, buried beneath the sands, yet still whispering secrets to those who know how to listen. And it's a story of how its people would face choices, driven by environmental pressures, that ultimately shaped the course of human history, leaving an indelible mark on the world. The Gobero site, a treasure trove of ancient history, revealed not one but two distinct and fascinating cultures, each with their own unique story to tell. These weren't just isolated settlements, they were thriving societies that adapted to the changing environment of the Sahara, the Kithians and the Tenarians. These two groups, separated by time and culture, offer a glimpse into the dynamic human history of the region. Their skeletal remains provide invaluable clues about their physical characteristics, lifestyles, and burial practices. The Kithians, who flourished 10 to 8,000 years ago, represent an earlier chapter in this story. Their presence marks a period when the Sahara was far more hospitable than it is today. They were tall, powerfully built hunter-gatherers, adapted to a life of physical exertion and resourcefulness. Their robust skeletons bear witness to the challenges and triumphs of their daily lives. They crafted barbed harpoons and microliths, demonstrating their ingenuity and skill in toolmaking. These tools were essential for hunting and fishing, allowing them to exploit the resources of their environment. They thrived on the bounty of lakes and savannas, a landscape teeming with life and opportunity. Imagine a Sahara far removed from the arid desert we know today, a place where water was plentiful and vegetation lush. Their lives were intricately tied to the rhythms of water and the movement of herds, a delicate balance between humans and nature. They understood the importance of these resources and developed strategies to sustainably manage them. Then, a devastating millennium-long drought swept across the region, dramatically altering the landscape and driving them away from their homes. This period of environmental stress tested their resilience and ultimately forced them to seek refuge elsewhere. But the Sahara is a land of cycles, and when the rains eventually returned, bringing life back to the parched earth, the Tenarians arrived, marking a new chapter in the region's history. A people shorter, more gracile in build, and with a distinctly different culture from their predecessors. Their arrival signaled a shift in the social and economic landscape of the Green Sahara. They fished in the revitalized lakes, hunted the returning wildlife, and may have even begun the practice of herding cattle, indicating a move towards a more settled lifestyle. This suggests a greater degree of control over their food supply and resources. Their pottery was ornate, adorned with intricate designs, and their tools were distinct in style and function, reflecting their unique cultural identity. These artifacts provide valuable insights into their artistic expression and technological capabilities, and their burials were deeply sentimental, revealing a profound respect for the deceased and a a strong sense of community. The care and attention given to their burial rituals speak volumes about their beliefs and values. The most poignant example of this is the famous Tanarian embrace, a burial containing 3 skeletons interlinked in a tender embrace, a powerful testament that speaks of love, loss, and enduring connection across millennia. It's a reminder that even in the distant past, humans experienced the same emotions and formed the same bonds that we do today. These 2 distinct cultures, the Kiphians and the Tanarians, together show how the Green Sahara was not a static environment, but a dynamic, ever-changing place constantly shaped by climate and human activity. It was a region of both opportunity and challenge, demanding adaptability and resilience from its inhabitants. Different peoples, each with their own unique skills and traditions, were drawn to its abundance, creating a vibrant tapestry of human life. This influx of diverse populations contributed to the cultural richness and complexity of the region, each leaving their indelible mark on the landscape and contributing to the rich archaeological legacy we see today. Their stories are etched in the artifacts they left behind, waiting to be discovered and interpreted. The Sahara, therefore, was not a static, desolate wasteland, as we might imagine it today, but a magnet for human diversity, a crossroads of cultures, and a testament to the adaptability of the human spirit. It was a place where people from different backgrounds came together, interacted, and shaped the course of history. Its story, a story of resilience, adaptation, and cultural exchange, is written in the bones of those who called it home, waiting to be deciphered and shared with the world. Picture a Tanarian family, 6,000 years ago. Dawn breaks over a vast lake, not desert. The air is cool, alive with birds and hippos. Fishing nets yield Nile perch for breakfast. Hunters track game in the savannah. Women and children gather plants, shape clay pots, and play by the water's edge. Life is communal, tasks shared, stories told, skills passed down. Evening brings laughter, roasting meat, and rituals under a sky ablaze with stars. This was a world of abundance, connection, and tradition. The Green Sahara was a vibrant home, now vanished beneath the sands. For years, bones and tools told the story of the Kiphians and Tanarians. But ancient DNA from Gobero changed everything. Extracting uncontaminated DNA was a challenge, but the results were revolutionary. The Kiphians' DNA linked them to ancient populations from the Near East, an unexpected connection. The Tanarians were a genetic fusion, part Near Eastern, part Sub-Saharan African. The Green Sahara was a crossroads, not a static paradise. Different peoples met, mixed, and created new communities. The DNA shattered simple migration narratives, revealing a complex web of movement. The story of the Sahara is one of constant change, connection, and surprise. Comparing ancient DNA to modern populations brought more surprises. The Kiphian and Tanarian lineages are rare in Africa today, almost vanished. Their genetic signatures were diluted or replaced by later migrations, yet their Near Eastern ancestry links them to the first European farmers. The Green Sahara people were part of a broader human story, connected to both Africa and Europe. This challenges our ideas of race and geography. Human history is a story of movement and mixing. The Sahara's ancient peoples remind us that our family tree is more interconnected than we ever imagined. Pure, isolated populations are a myth. The Green Sahara is proof that our past defies simple categories. The Gobero DNA has redrawn the map of ancient migration. The old story, humans left Africa once, spreading across the world. The new story, a major back-to-Africa migration from the Near East, 10,000 years ago. The Green Sahara became a destination, not just a launch pad. Climate shifts pulled people south, bringing genes, culture, and technology. The Sahara was a crucible of innovation and mixing. As the desert returned, its people dispersed, south, east, and west, shaping Africa's future. This mass migration spread pastoralism and languages across the continent. The Green Sahara's story is a tale of movement, adaptation, and transformation. Its legacy echoes across Africa to this day. The Green Sahara story challenges our deepest assumptions. The Sahara wasn't always a barrier, it was a unifying corridor. The Gobero discoveries force us to see history as fluid, not boxed by continents. Shared ancestry between ancient Saharans and Europeans breaks down simplistic racial categories. Africa was never isolated, it was a dynamic center of innovation and migration. The Green Sahara was a vibrant hub, not a backwater. Our history is more complex and interconnected than we ever imagined. The desert secrets remind us to question what we think we know. Without ancient DNA, the Green Sahara's story would remain untold. DNA gives us answers about identity and origin that archaeology alone cannot. It's a new kind of history written in our cells. Ancient DNA is filling in the blank spaces of our human journey. The Gobero discovery gives a face and a history to a lost people. Every landscape, no matter how desolate, has a human story to tell. As technology advances, more lost worlds will be revealed. The book of human history is still being written. Its most exciting chapters may be yet to come.